I lost my brother Sean Flynn in 1970 during the incursion into Cambodia. The last time I saw my brother was at my father's funeral. I was 12 years old. At the age of 17, I became a model. I was working for Ford in New York, and I was ready to go to Paris with my career at the age of 18. And at that time, I'd been corresponding with my brother, saying, I can't wait, I'm coming over to Paris, we're going to meet. I met with his girlfriend at a club called Castile's. We then heard together that my brother had been captured. And a reporter came up to us and said Sean Flynn was captured. He had been hit by shrapnel. He had been with the special forces. He was a Flynn. He was going to make it. It didn't even occur to me that he was not coming home. The idea that he didn't weighed on all of us, but especially his mother. In 1970, those 24 photojournalists that have been missing, out of those, 8 have been returned. 4 of them dead. 4 of them were returned almost immediately. There are 16 left that we don't know where they are, whose families are crying, just like me, whose families never have it out of their mind for 1 minute that they would like their child home. The first 2 years after his capture, I was positive my brother was going to come out of that war like a true Flynn, the adventurer that he was. He would have survived. Of everybody, I assumed my brother would survive. This did not happen, and for the last 40 years, I've been trying to figure out what to do. How do you find a needle in a haystack? How do you find somebody in Cambodia? During that time, I also had a lot of people, bounty hunters, mercenaries, that approached me to say they saw my brother. He was being tortured in a prison camp. This was torturous, and I can only imagine the other families that are suffering over their missing child. Of course, I understand my brother was the son of Errol Flynn. He was the most exploitable missing journalist during that time. I met Mike Luring 12 years ago. He is a devotee of the Vietnam War. He had relatives that were in the war. He heard about my brother, and we met, and he and I decided to try to find him. We brought on Dave MacMillan, who is an Australian. He is an adventurer. He is definitely a cross between Errol Flynn and Crocodile Dundee. Their mission is to try to bring them home to their families. And we're asking for your help to try to help us to get this equipment that can make a huge difference in a short amount of time. There is a new technology called GPR, Ground Penetrating Radar. This will allow us to save time, to narrow the search, to bring these boys home sooner than what is being done right now. These 2 young men, Mike Luring and Dave MacMillan, are my heroes, actually. They are the ones who, through thick and thin, have been pursuing the search for my brother. It has been heartbreaking, not only for me, but for my brother's mother, Lily Demita, who spent the last 40 years of her life searching for her only son. And I want my brother buried next to her. We need your help.